Well, it's certainly my pleasure to be here in Kingsport with Kiwanis today and talk to you overall about the Tennessee College of Applied Technology, but more in particular, an exciting new opportunity we're bringing to Kingsport in the very near future. A little bit about TCATS. TCAT Elizabethton is one of 27 technical colleges and 13 community colleges that make up the Tennessee Board of Regents college system of Tennessee. TCAT Elizabethton, as well as all the other technical colleges, uses an open-ended enrollment model. What that means is we have students in our program, some just started, some middle way through, some getting ready to graduate. And so when you look at that program, students are all at all different points in that lab, in that program, doing learning. The instructor is really a manager of learning. And so in the morning, they may be working with a beginning student in safety. Middle of the day, they may be doing a lecture in blueprint reading for a small group. In the afternoon, they may be doing some other lab activities for another group of students. So it's a very diverse learning environment as compared to a cohort-based program that you'll see. Our programs are highly focused and hands-on. Typically, we say about 75% of the students' time is hands-on. They're under the hood of a car pulling wrenches. They're under the hood of a welding, in a welding booth, welding. So 25% of the time is focused in related information, lecture, and those kind of things. The college is accredited by the Commission of the Council on Occupational Education. We serve the 5 Northeast Tennessee counties in Tennessee, Carter, Johnson, Sullivan, Washington, and Unicoi counties. Our programs are rigorous and technical, competency-based, and they typically are 8 to 20 months in length, depending on the program. Tech Foundations is our technical academics. With that program, we actually offer technical reading, technical writing, technical math. So we don't do the conventional academics you'd see in a university or a community college. We use WorkKeys National Career Readiness Certificates, or NCRCs, to assess and train in those technical academic areas. TCAT Elizabethton participates in all the financial aid resources in Tennessee, including the federal Pell Grant. We also offer the Tennessee Lottery Scholarship Wilder Nafee Skills Grant, which is also known as a Hope Scholarship at ETSU at Northeast State. And we also use Tennessee Promise or Tennessee Reconnect. Tennessee Promise for high school students, the Last Dollar Scholarship, and Tennessee Reconnect is for adults to attend as a Last Dollar Scholarship, which essentially means going to college at TCAT is free. The 3 things that we tend to measure most, we measure a lot of things, but the things that we measure most is completion, placement, and licensure pass rate. So at the college, we have a 94% on-time, debt-free completion rate. And really what that means is if it's a 16-month program, we look at did they graduate in 16 months. Community colleges will give you 3 years to graduate with a 2-year degree. 4-year universities will give 6 years to finish a 4-year degree. So we look at on-time graduation, and again, debt-free is huge when it comes to today's young folks going out into the world of work, not owing a tremendous amount of money in debt for their post-secondary education. We also have a 93% placement rate, and those are jobs placed related to what they were trained to do, and a 98% licensure pass rate for programs that require licensure to go to work. At the college, we do a lot of what we call hand-holding. By that we mean course management. We don't give our students a lot of choice in what classes they sign up for. We have an established curriculum. They go through lockstep, and so they don't get to deviate and lose track and lose their way as they get trained in their way to completion. We have attendance policies. If you look at ETSU and most universities, they could care less whether you show up, just show up for the midterm and final. We don't do that. We take roll every day. When a student misses too much time, we start to counsel with them. And all that is really related to the work ethic, so that when they leave us, they know to be there, be on time, be there all day, and do what they're asked to do. Work ethics, we embed work ethics in everything we do, all along the training path. For instance, unfortunately in today's society, we have a drug problem. And so the very first day of our classes, we start talking about you have to be able to take and pass a drug test. You've got to have a driver's license. So those are key and important to us, and it's important to employers to say or to know that they can pass that drug test. So we start that conversation day one with our students in the programs. Some of the different programs we offer, Administrative Office Technology, a 12-month program. Automotive Technology is a 20-month program. And in that program, we offer Automotive Service Excellence curriculum and certifications. As you'll see, all of our programs have either a national certification or articulation with nationally known companies. Advanced Manufacturing is a new program for us, 20 months. Certified Nursing Assistant, Computer Information Technology. In that program, we use CompTIA, A+, Networking Plus, Security Plus, some of those kinds of things that are important to folks that hire our graduates. Cosmetology, 14 months. Criminal Justice Correction Officer is a new program, first of its kind in Tennessee, and it was in response to our local sheriff's departments and state prison systems where they were having a shortage in workforce and a real issue. If you look at the sheriff's department, you hire on, you start in the jail, and you work in the jail, then you get to get out on patrol. And I think Sullivan County a couple of years ago had 82 openings in their sheriff's department. So, you know, when folks have problems, they come to us and we say, well, we think we can help, or we may not be able to, but in most cases we can help. Diesel Powered Equipment Technology is a 20-month program. It's two distinct programs. The first is a light duty, heavy duty, over-the-road transportation program. And the other we split and created an agricultural equipment program. And it's the first ever Kubota training program, but I'll tell you a little more about that shortly. We also offer Hvac Refrigeration as a 20-month program. Our graduates, students are certified to handle refrigerants. Industrial Electricity, 16-month program. Again, we use NCCR, or the National Center for Construction Education and Research curriculum and certifications in that program. Machine Tool Technology, 20-month program. We developed it about 4 years ago in concert with Snap-on. We utilized a $1.5 million capacity grant to purchase CNC, conventional mills and lathes to start and equip that program. Millwright Skills is a 12-month program, again NCCR accredited. We do an online dietary manager program of 8 months, phlebotomy 4 months. That program partners with ETSU's School of Medicine so that the doctors can come over and be certified in how to draw blood and those kind of things. Pipe fitting, we developed it with Eastman specifically because all of the millions of miles of pipe you see over there, that's how they transport their chemicals for processing around that location. Practical Nursing is a 12-month program. We're the largest single provider of LPN nurses in the state. We have partnered with ETSU, where our graduates after a year can transfer to ETSU, get credit, and in 3 years finish a 4-year RN degree. So that's pretty significant program there. And then lastly, Welding is a 12-month program. We use AWS ASME standards. We are lucky and fortunate to have, I think we're the only school in Tennessee that has a certified welding educator, certified welding inspector through AWS certifications. Future programs, and the one that we're going to talk a little more about here in Kingsport is Building Construction Technology. It'll focus in carpentry, masonry, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. Some other programs of note is Supply Chain Management and Logistics. Currently working with Dobbins-Bennett High School, partnering with Eastman and Ballad Health because of the need for logistics and supply chain management, warehousing, and those kind of things. Heavy equipment operator, Summers Taylor has come to us, and you know there's no heavy equipment operator program in the state of Tennessee. So they've got this tremendous need. They say if you look out and you see a piece of equipment sitting idle, it's because they don't have an operator to operate it. So we're developing a curriculum and a program for them. Hospitality, tourism, culinary arts, technology, and we've talked extensively with Kingsport as that being a possible future program. With a casino coming just across the state line, we feel like there's going to be a big need there. early childhood education, and agriculture science technologies are a couple more that's on our list of discussions. If we talk in depth about building construction technology, some of the courses they'll take in the first trimester: worker characteristics, safety, construction math and measurement, tools and materials, career skills, plans, codes, and layout. Second trimester, worker characteristics, framing, drying in. And so if you notice, worker characteristics is in every trimester that we teach. And again, it's that pass a drug test, have a driver's license, work in teams, be able to communicate, do those things that's important to employers. Third trimester, interior systems, finished carpentry, masonry. So that comprises the first full year of training in the program. After the first full year, excuse me, we will allow electives in specialized area. And so the first elective that's available is plumbing. And so they can take project management, plumbing, safety and tools, pressure systems, drain, waste, and vent lines. The next specialization elective area is electrical. Project management 2, electrical safety and tools, electrical rough-in, electrical finish. And the third elective area is HVAC. Safety and tools, tubing and piping procedures, sheet metal assembly and installation, HVAC equipment, installation and thermostat and low voltage wiring. So this program, we will expand and start the program in January of this coming year, January 4. It will be located at Sullivan North High School in their Career and Technical Education Department. Sort of a ready-made facility for us. So we're up there right now, getting the building in shape, getting it ready to start students on January 4. Locally, we have a partnership with Home Depot and Rigid. They'll help provide hand tools, materials, discounts for tools for students, consumables, and those kind of things. And we'll be using the NCCER curriculum in that program. And so when we talk about education, a lot of times we talk in terms of pathways, what we call pathways. So a pathway we're developing is with Dobbins-Bennett, so they can take at least one trimester in high school as a dual enrollment class. Then they can transfer to TCAT and complete the remainder of the coursework. We've also reached out to Northeast State, where they can receive up to 4 courses of credit in related technical degrees, associate degrees. And we've also had started a conversation with ETSU about these students being able to take the work they do at TCAT and or Northeast State, transfer to ETSU's 4-year degree program in building construction technology. So the way this works is a student can start at high school, transfer to TCAT, maybe they'll do some work-based learning along the way during summer or in evenings. They can come back to the education superhighway, pick up where they left off with their education, go back to work, come back to the superhighway, and eventually end up with advanced degrees if that's what they so choose. One of the things that we're working with some of our area high schools is what's called a technical middle college. Middle college, basically, the definition is as they finish their high school education, walk across the stage for the high school diploma, they also can receive their post-secondary credential on the same day they walk across the stage. And that would be huge. We just have to work with the high schools in changing the curriculum for the students that want to be in career technical education. You know, our kids, CTE kids, they don't need foreign languages and fine arts and art appreciation. They need technical math, technical English, those kind of things. So work with the high schools just for the kids that need us so that we can get them out into the workforce earlier. Another strong part of what we do at the college is our industry certification and training division. We're one of only 5 regional training centers in the nation for NC3. NC3 is the National Coalition of Certification Centers. This is the 4th year in a row we received an award for delivering the most industry certifications both locally, statewide, and in the nation. One of the founding companies of NC3 is Snap-on, and it just made sense for us to partner with Snap-on since their largest manufacturing facility in the world is in Elizabethton. A lot of folks don't know that. So as they saw a need for technical skill delivery, They called us, they got in touch with us, and we said, yeah, that's the very things that we do every day in our programs is to teach those things. And so some of the premier certifications includes precision measuring 1 and 2. How many times have you heard a young person come out and they can't read a rule or tape measure? So, you know, you can't hardly do anything technically if you can't read a rule or tape measure or measure anything for that matter. Electronic multimeter, torque 1 and 2, how to tighten up certain pieces of equipment, whether it's an electrical connection, whether it's, you know, wheels on an automobile. A lot of times you'll see an automobile loses its wheel. It's not because it was left loose. It was over tightened. The fastener was stretched. The lugs break and the wheel's off. So, you know, torque, and these are the things that apply to multiple programs that we offer. OSHA, safety, tools at height safety, again, are programs that we offer, certifications we offer in all of our programs. ACT test, certified test center at the college. And some additional partners that are nationally known, world-known companies. Of course, Snap-on, Train, Heating and Cooling, Dremel. Greenlee is a big supplier for electrical. Starrett, precision measuring tools is what they provide. The Tennessee College of Applied Technology recently created the first ever Kubota diesel technician program. A few years ago, Kubota sales just went out the roof. They sold a lot of these orange tractors, and the problem is they didn't have the technical resources. Their technicians stay up with the number of tractors they sold. So it was hard for them to do warranty work, service work, repair work, because they didn't have the technicians to do this. So they approached us and we said, okay, we'll look at your needs. And so we developed a training program just for Kubota technicians, some that are not in the workforce yet, but a lot of them are already employed. And so they'll come back to the college from all over the nation, or we send our folks out all over the nation to train their technicians. One of the neat things is they will send us products that's not even up for sale and out on the market. We get to tear it up and figure out how to fix it, and we write curriculum around that. So it's pretty neat thing we do. We're also Fiat, Chrysler Automobiles, FCA Mopar, Career Automotive Program Certified Technician Training Center. What that means is if you go through our ASE Automotive Program, ASE Automotive Service Excellence is a generalized curriculum. If you go get your car fixed, you'll see the patches on the sleeves, brakes, transmissions, engines, whatever. But even if they finish that, they go out to work, and Ford, Chrysler, it would be GM, whoever sends them off then to the manufacturer school, so you learn how to work on a Ford, a Toyota, or whatever. And in our programs, we embed those manufacturer certifications in the program. So when they leave us and get a job, Chrysler doesn't have to send them anywhere. They have already completed those manufacturer certification courses.
Question, you just talking about the ASC, and that's in general, but the Kubota, would that certification apply for New Holland or Mahindra, some other, or is it just specific to Kubota?
It's really sort of specific to Kubota. However, as soon as we rolled this out, New Holland called us, Bobcat called us and said, well, we want that. So we're right now, we signed a contract, we're developing the same curriculum for Bobcat. So yeah, if it's generalized, good, but we also will take up that partnership with specific manufacturers and develop a curriculum around their equipment. And their manufacturers, their material content specialists get with our instructors, and we'll develop whatever we need to help whatever industry that it is. We're also the premier provider of what's called a field mechanic at Eastman. So when they have openings in field mechanic positions, they contact us and they give our students a first look when they look to hire those folks. We're also a Tennessee trained institution working with the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development on just this very thing, as I mentioned, Kubota, Bobcat, developing curriculum just for specific industry. More about the Automotive Technology Department. We actually, not only Fiat Chrysler, but Subaru, Ford, and Toyota So we deliver those manufacturer specialty certifications for those manufacturers. And we are the only Toyota Techs elite school in the southeastern United States. A few years ago, we embraced our industry certification even more, and we actually purchased what we call a mobile certification lab. That's actually a box truck. It's got a lift gate on the back. We can load our certification boxes, go out on site to industry. You can come to us. We use this to go to high schools, middle schools to recruit students, and we can offload equipment and be a much more in-depth demonstration of what we do. Just recently, I guess in 2019-20, we received $1 million in GIVE grant, which is a governor's investment in vocational education. With that money, we developed STEM instruction for the high schools, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics for all 16 high schools. We actually placed 3 permanent labs, one in Johnson County, one in Unicoi County, and one in Elizabethton High School. And we use that mobile certification lab vehicle to take STEM labs around to the other 13 high schools. Festo is a German company, and we use a lot of their equipment to teach these STEM basics associated with advanced manufacturing, but all the programs we offer. So some local companies that partner in this STEM innovation: Snap-on, A.O. Smith, the Kingsport Chamber, Eastman, Domtar, and the Robinette Company. Soon, really the word's out, but soon we will receive $1 million in grant 2.0, the GIVE grant, and with that we will place permanent labs in all of the schools we serve in the 5 counties. Some awards of note: Stacker Research named the Tennessee College of Applied Technology the best college in Tennessee in May of 2019. Wallet Hub ranked us 31st in the nation out of over 1,250 colleges. And in August of this year, TD Ameritrade conducted a study. They came up with a list of the 100 best community colleges in the nation. We landed 66th on that list. Some enrollment trends related to COVID. Community colleges and TBR are down as a whole across 12 to 20%. The technical colleges are actually up across the board between 5 and 20%. At TCAT Elizabethton, we're actually up 15%. And probably the thing that keeps me up most at night is we have 3,500 students on our wait list to get in our programs. And so there's no easy answer for that. To build buildings on our main campus would be welcome, but it really wouldn't serve our needs. So the thing that we've decided is to build up our extension campus locations, and you may have heard the Boones Creek extension campus project we're working on. But more recently, and it's actually jumped ahead, is the Sullivan North Extension Campus. That property became available. We talked with Kingsport City Schools, Kingsport City leadership, and we're excited to be there in Sullivan North. As I say, January 4, we'll start building construction and technology. We'll start a nursing program, but we've got probably 5, 6, maybe 8 new programs that we will bring online as we grow that location. That sort of concludes my presentation about TCAT. So, questions?